What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the post Steam Next Fest video. You see the title. I played 20 demos over Steam Next Fest. I played a little bit more, but some of them I wasn't really feeling, and some of them just didn't work at all. So I just stuck to these 20, kind of pare it down because there's over thousands of demos that are available during Steam Next Fest. And in fact, a lot of these that I'm going to show off are still available. The demos are still available right now. Some of them have already come out. I'm going to talk about each one of this in alphabetical order, just based on how I played it, how it lined up in my library. I'm going to give it a description, who made it, and talk about some of my general impressions of each game. I didn't play a whole lot of what the demos have to offer. Some of them I played a little bit more than others. Some of them, once I understood the kind of feel or kind of what the game is trying to convey, I kind of dropped it after maybe like 20, 30 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes, sometimes even 5 minutes, depending on the type of game that I played. But if I were to yap about every single game on this list, this video would be so long. It's already going to be a long video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first demo I played was called Advent Neon, and this is developed and published by CryoGX. It is a hyperactive 2D action platformer with wicked fast attacks, omnidirectional dashing, and time freezing. Play well enough to transform and unleash 100% power. This was a great start to Steam Next Fest for me because there's a lot of fast and fluid combat movement, very reminiscent of things like Gravity Circuit, Mega Man, very nice pixel art, and essentially the combat is actually pretty in-depth. What's really cool is that your character, I forget the actual name of him, but he can punch and also use his punch to block other punches. It's very anime in that sense. He runs around like Sonic, basically collecting all of these chips to increase his power, and if you don't get hit for a amount of time, you basically turn Super Saiyan after a while and do massive amount of damage. So a lot of fun with this demo. I had a great time with it. There's no actual release date on it yet, but the demo is still available if you want to check it out. Advent Neon was so much fun. Next demo I played was Beyond the Ice Palace 2. This is developed by Storybird Studio and being developed by P-Cube and Pixel Heart. It says, arise from the dead as the cursed king in an enthralling action platformer. Wield the chains once imprisoned you to vanquish foes and traverse your fallen kingdom. Uncover hidden areas, strategically level up, and reclaim your throne by banishing colossal bosses. Yes, Beyond the Ice Palace 2. So this is the sequel to Beyond the Ice Palace. And I didn't play the original game, but from what you're seeing, you know exactly what it is. It's a Castlevania-like. It's very much a Castlevania style game. So it does say Metroidvania, but it's very more like Vania than Metroid. I tend to fall on more of the Metroid side of the equation rather than Vania, but it's fun to see a game in the vein of Castlevania. But the gameplay kind of felt like a more stiff version of Castlevania, but it's still fun nonetheless. You have your chain weapon that has a sickle attached to it. You have your abilities that you're going forth. You have your spells. You are hitting all enemies. It's classic Castlevania type of level structure. So didn't play too much beyond what you see here, just kind of getting a feel for what the game has to offer. But yeah, it's a fun looking game. It actually comes out on March the 10th, so by the time this video comes out, it will be very close to releasing. So check out Beyond the Ice Palace 2 if you haven't already. The demo is still available if you want to try it out. Next game up is called Blightstone, and this is developed and published by Unfinished Pixel. Blightstone is a challenging dark fantasy turn-based roguelike that brings unique twists to combat through freedom of character placement, interactive environments, and hardcore resource management. Dying, learning, and meta progression will be key in your mission to destroy the Blightstone itself. So yeah, kind of reminds me a lot of Darkest Dungeon. The art style is fairly similar, but it's more top down. So you have all the characters that you start off with, be it a rogue or a mage or a warrior, and they all have their specific movements, and it's very turn-based. So you basically, almost like Arco, you choose the direction in which your characters are going to go in their turns, and then they attack or they defend, or you can hide behind rocks to shoot various projectiles. If you have a ranged character, and the enemies will respond in time. And so the idea is that you're going to defeat this Blightstone, and each time your character dies, you will get a new character that you're unlocked through the camps that you will go through throughout your run. So again, roguelike, meta progression, all the same stuff that you would come to know and find through this. I enjoyed this. It's a fun looking game, man, and it can be really challenging. So there's a lot of strategy involved in this one. So if you're not someone who's big on strategy, this may be a little bit of a turn off, but I think the art style sells it. I think the combat sells it. I think just the ideas present are good. So yeah, excited to play more of this one when it comes out. It has a release date of just 2025, so no actual date on it yet, but I will keep an eye on Blightstone. Next one up is called Blueprints, and this is being developed by Dugubomb and published by Raw Fury. It says, welcome to Mount Holly, where every dawn unveils a new mystery. Navigate through shifting corridors and ever-changing chambers in this genre-defining strategy puzzle adventure. But will your unpredictable path lead you to the rumored Room 46? This is an incredible concept. So the story actually is that you are the heir to a massive fortune. So you are the nephew of a very rich uncle who passed away, and he is leaving you his estate. But in order to gain that estate, you have to find the 46th room in this 45 room estate. So very secretive. You uncover a lot of the mysteries of what this house has to offer. What's interesting is that you don't start in the house every single day, so you have to build a camp and then you go to the house every single day, because the rooms will shift around and they will change based on the day. And so you start in the main room and you basically build a room to the next section to get to that 46 room. So maybe a bathroom or a bedroom or a parlor or a kitchen or a hallway that will lead you to the next room. And each time you go forth, it will reduce the amount of steps that you have until you are exhausted and your day is over. You can also collect things like coins and gems, and sometimes rooms will replenish the amount of steps that you can take. So yeah, very fascinating concept, and I was very drawn in. I heard a little bit about this game, but I was really excited to dive into this. I enjoyed it, and very good play on words because it's very blue in this blueprints, and you're collecting blueprints. So yeah, very good play on words. It actually comes out on April the 10th of 2025. So yeah, a month from now. So that will be exciting to see people actually try this game. The demo is also still available for this one, so check out Blueprints if you haven't already. Fascinating concept. I highly recommend this one. Next one up is called Reignbreaker, and it is developed by Aquadian and published by Astrolabe Games. Reignbreaker is a fast-paced action platformer game with rogue-like elements. Play as Nova, a robot designed to awaken when humanity is extinct by machines. Unlock abilities, upgrades, and powerful weapons as you fight your way through supreme robots to find your purpose. Fantastic game. You already know how I feel about this game because I'm a roguelike fanatic. I'm a roguelike sicko. So I love this game, and what I adore is the pixel art. And you basically go from room to room. You have a shot, you have a jump, and you collect weapons and hearts, and you increase in complexity and also just the damage that you get from room to room, vanquishing enemies. So yeah, I love it. So each room has a specific feel to it. You have an upward attack, you have a downward slam, and you have a varying amount of movement abilities to get through every single room as you go. You have a map that you can go through, and you can just upgrade your weapons. You can get more weapons. Yeah, standard roguelike pixel art stuff. Love the concept. Love the idea of fighting all these robots. Enjoyed my time with it. The demo is still available. Pick up Reignbreaker. It is coming soon, so no actual release date or anything like that, but I will keep an eye on this one for when it releases. Another fascinating concept is called Deck of Haunts, and it is developed by Mantis and published by Dangan Entertainment. Deck of Haunts invites you to become a malevolent haunted house. Lure humans into your cursed halls, manipulate their fears, and drain their essence to grow your power. Use strategy to build your mansion and expand your dark influence, turning your home into a terrifying, inescapable nightmare. Yeah, incredibly fun and interesting roguelike deck builder where you are the house. So you have varying amounts of cards where you are scaring the inhabitants within it by increasing their tension, draining their life, draining their essence to keep them away from the heart that is in the back room. After each run, you can build things like a bell tower, which will spawn a witch in a certain room. You can also summon a storm. You can also build more rooms on top of that, but also that increases the amount of things that you have to feed the house, because your house needs essence from the humans and from whatever you're building. There are also humans that will spawn in that will have special abilities that will make them find your heart a lot more faster, or have things that will buff the party that is involved. So you are the villain. You are not the hero of the story. You are playing as the haunted house, you're playing as the villain. Fascinating concept. I really enjoyed my time with this game. The game is still available as a demo, and it has coming soon on the Steam page, so no date as of it right now. But yeah, this is another fascinating concept, kind of like Blueprint. So really enjoyed the concept here. Check out Deck of Haunts if roguelike deck builders are your thing, but you wanted something a little bit different. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, and this is developed and published by Happy Broccoli Games. It says, you are the one and only Duck Detective, a depressed and recently divorced duck who must quack the case, inspect evidence, make deductions, and solve this no murder mystery. This is the sequel to Duck Detective and the Secret Salami. I didn't play that one, but I heard really good things about Duck Detective and the Secret Salami. A lot of charming humor in this game. You're basically a failed and literally quack noir style detective where you're going through each section of the level and you are interrogating the people that are there. You're discovering evidence, you're unlocking clues, standard detective stuff, but a lot of humor, a lot of fun whimsy within it, a lot of interesting things within it. I love the Duck Detective's voice, very like gruff, hard-boiled detective, but he's kind of goofy, he's down on rent, and yeah, very good stylized art here, kind of almost like a Paper Mario style kind of game. Yeah, heard good things about the original game. Ghost of Glamping actually is set to come out sometime in 2025, so no actual release done on that one yet, but you can pick up Duck Detective and the Secret Salami if you want to try out what the game has to offer. I heard that there are some improvements to the gameplay from the original in this game, but I don't really know. So if you're someone who played the original Duck Detective game, let me know what has been changed if you played the demo for the Ghost of Glamping. Check it out. I enjoyed my time with it. It comes out sometime 2025, like I said. Check out Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping. This game released a few days ago. It's Everhood 2. What a surprise. And it's developed by Chris Nordgen, Jordi Rocca, and published by Foreign Gnomes. And it is an unconventional ARPG where you battle enemies through musical encounters while being accompanied by a raven who promises to retrieve your voice if you slay the mighty Mind Dragon. Now, if you played Everhood 1, this is basically the same game, but you create your own character, and it has that Undertale style where everything's pixel art. It's very weird, very trippy, and I enjoyed the first game. I played Everhood 1 on Switch. I didn't actually finish that game, but I enjoyed my time because it is difficult. It is a rhythm game, but it is probably one of the more difficult rhythm games I've ever played. I mean, even more difficult than I think than Rift of the Necro Dancer. Yeah, fun game, very stylized pixel art, and you have some wacky and crazy characters that you encounter. Again, like I said, Undertale style, and there are RPG mechanics, and I didn't dive too much into a lot of what the game has to offer, but it is out right now. It's over 90 battles, 850 mushroom designs, like 12 different tracks. It's fantastic. It's trippy. If you're someone who played the very first game, you know exactly what you get into. It is it's basically you gotta be on something to play this game. But in any case, I enjoyed my time. The demo is no longer available because the game is out right now. It's available for Steam and also Nintendo Switch. So if you're someone who owns a Switch, you can play it right now. Came out today. Let me know if you're playing Everhood 2. I enjoyed my time with the demo, and I may pick it up later on down the road. Next one up is called Haste, Broken World, and this is being developed and published by Landfall. It says, run fast, soar through the air, and master your landings as you speed through procedural worlds to outrun the end of the universe. I saw a lot of this on Threads, and I was like, man, when is this game gonna come out? When are they gonna have something that I can actually put my hands on? And I'm so glad they had the demo available for Steam Nexus, because this is a gotta go fast game. This is, hey, you want to go fast, you want to jump through these rings, you want to collect items as you dodge lava and other things that are trying to end the universe as well. This is the game for you. This is a runner gotta go fast type of game, like you're playing a Sonic, but you're not actually playing Sonic. You're playing a girl in this game, and you have a couple of mechanics here. You can run, jump, you can dive. You also have a hoverboard that you can use, can give you more distance as you gather more energy to speed through the level as fast as possible. You have a ranking at the end of each level. You also have abilities that you can get from a shop that increases the amount of speed boost that you get, also decreases the amount of damage that you get. But man, this is a fun game. You go fast, you are running, you are jumping, you are collecting. It's a very simple game, but oh so good. The music is fantastic. There's also a pretty compelling story within it, with the end of the universe in there, and there are characters to meet within that as well. So check out Haste, Broken Worlds. There's no actual date on it, but you can play the demo right now if you want. Check it out. please, I highly encourage you to do so. Another game right up my alley. It's called Kiborg, and this is being developed and published by Sobaka Studio. Kiborg is a relentless roguelike beat 'em up where you enhance your body with new cybernetic implants each run. You've been sent to the worst prison in the galaxy for crimes you didn't commit. Death won't provide an escape, but a violent reality show may offer a way out. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a really fun game where you have various abilities. So you can punch, you can do a dive kick, you can grab guns, you can do heavy things, but the most compelling part of it is that each time you level up or gain an enhancement, it'll actually reflect in your character. If you gain a new arm, that new arm will show up. If you gain a new leg or a spine, it is Cyborg the game. It's essentially what if you took Cyberpunk 2027, put it in a roguelike, and basically did a bunch of beat 'em up style combat trials. So yeah, it's also in third person as well. So yeah, fun game. I enjoy my time with that. I didn't play much of it, but I enjoyed the heck out of this. I can't wait to see more of what Kiborg has to offer. It's kind of graphically intensive, so if you're someone who doesn't have the most maybe more on the mid to high range of PCs, because I think it uses Unreal 5 if I'm not mistaken. So if you have a low end PC, you may not be able to run it, but I think it runs great on the Steam Deck as well. Comes out in Q2 of 2025, so maybe sometime in the next couple months or so. So keep your eyes on this one. The demo is still available if you want to try out what Kiborg has to offer. Fantastic game. Check out Kiborg. Next one was recommended me by someone in my community when I made a post about Steam Next Fest, and this one's called Koira. This is being developed by Studio Toima and published by Don't Nod. Save a puppy and embark on a heartwarming hand-drawn adventure together. Journey to the heart of an enchanted forest, solving puzzles and avoiding hunters to protect your newfound friend. This hit me right in the feels immediately, and this hits the same vein as Neva did. While not as stylized as Neva, it still hits that, hey, person and animal solving puzzles throughout this land while fighting off the darkness. So incredible. What's really cute is that this dog loves apples, and you're throwing sticks to have this dog collect apples and restore basically light to this universe, and this dog has a light on his nose. And yeah, oh man, this is so emotional. I can't wait to see more of this game. It actually comes out on April the 1st, so no April Fools. It actually comes out on April the 1st. If you want to check out the demo, that is still available. It is really good. It's really heartwarming, fantastic. I loved what was going on within this game, and there's a fantastic sequence that I played that I'm probably going to show up here in a second, where you're just basically sprinting down this mountain. The vistas are beautiful, the art is fantastic. I love the direction that this game is set in, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of Koira that comes out in April. Yeah, if you are into story-based games like Neva or Grease, this is one you need to pick up. Check out Koira if you haven't already. This next game I checked out because the dev themselves actually commented on one of my videos that I did previously. It was on the pre-Steam Next Fest video, so thank you so much for commenting so I can put eyes on your game called Leo the Square, being developed and published by Antantic. And Leo the Square is a minimalist 2D platformer where you guide Leo through challenging levels, explore unique environments to solve puzzles in this atmospheric adventure. Yes, this is a pure platformer, and very well. I love the light and the shadow that is present within Leo the Square. I didn't play much of the game because once I kind of figured out what this game is about, I put it down so I could just move on to the next demo. But yeah, I enjoyed what this game has to offer. It is a pure platformer, so if you're someone who just wants a pure platformer with a bunch of challenging 2D platform levels, this is a game for you. Check out Leo the Square. The demo is still available right now. Okay, this one was probably my favorite demo of all of Steam Next Fest. This one's called Nitro Gen Omega, and this is developed by Destiny a bit and also being published by them as well as Amplifier Studios. It is a spaghetti anime turn-based tactical RPG where you lead a crew of mercenaries through wastelands overrun by ruthless machines, engage in high-octane cinematic mech battles, recruit pilots, and grow relationships. Play solo or join an online world where every character is procedurally generated. You get a random series of pilots on the outset, and then you get 4 jobs specifically for your mech. You have a driver, you have an engineer, you have You have a driver, you have an engineer, you have a mechanic, and you have a gunner as well. And they all have their specific abilities and jobs. They all have their strengths and their weaknesses. And you are using your ship and you're going your leading missions. You are a bunch of mercenaries. And what's really, really awesome. So you have turn-based battles. So during the turn-based phase, you are setting up moves for what your crew is going to do, be it move closer to the enemy in their specific location, reload ammo, to scan, to also shoot a missile or shoot your gun, or to block. And then once all that plays out, it is the most anime thing I've ever seen. It is so cool. Kind of remind me a little bit of Code Lyoko, but I think the animations are a lot better, and that's why it's called a spaghetti anime. It is so much fun. I saw the trailer for this game a while back. I was like, I gotta be in this. I gotta be in this. It is so much fun. What's also really cool is that there is morality within each character that you recruit. When you're not doing your missions, when you're not doing the turn-based battles, you can go back to your base, into your ship, and you can upgrade your mech. You can also have downtime where you can increase the relationships with your characters, or also increase their mood, because during battles their mood will decrease based on how well they're doing. Which also, if their mood is a certain way, certain skills will unlock, and it will be the most anime thing you've ever seen. It is so cool. Characters can get into arguments, they can get jealous of each other, they can form romantic relationships, and you are controlling each person's emotional state throughout your run. You can recruit more pilots, because pilots will die unless you heal them. And man, it's so much fun. I had a blast with Nitrogen Omega. It comes out sometime in 2025. No actual release date on it yet, but I'm gonna play more of this demo. I'm gonna go back to this demo so I can see what other things I can do with this game. It is so much fun. If you have not played Nitrogen Omega, you are missing out. Play it right now. Pick up the demo. It is fantastic. Okay, so I had to re-record this section for the last half of this video, or the last third of this video, because the audio was getting kind of crazy. There was a persistent hum, couldn't take care of it, but here we are. Repress on. Next game I played, it was called Ninja Brigade, featuring Jonah Weingarten, and is developed and published by Impossible Games. Pretty funny play on words there by the name Impossible, and it is a fast-paced pixel art Metroidvania where the musician Jonah Weingarten is drawn to feudal Japan via an arcade station. Once there, he must face vicious yokai hordes and beat the game to return to his own era. So yeah, very isekai-esque based game where essentially you go in and you are doing basically shinobi or messenger or Ninja Gaiden type of gameplay, Metroidvania style. And then at some point you become an actual demon in certain segments where you're having to take down basically an eyeball to remove the yokai influence within this particular section of the game. So yeah, very standard Metroidvania stuff. I like the style, I like the pixel art going on, I like the humor within it. It's very 80s, it's very I'm Tron, but I'm playing in a ninja game type of style. So yeah, interesting looking game. The demo is still available. It doesn't have a release date as of right now, coming soon. I'd definitely check out this game if you haven't already. Ninja Brigade featuring Jonah Weingarten. Yes, that is the full title. I am not making it up. That is the full game. Ninja Brigade featuring Jonah Weingarten. You already know how I'm going to feel about this game. It's called Reignbreaker and is developed by Studio Fizbin and published by Thunderful Publishing. Same publishers behind Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. So they are cooking this year. And Reignbreaker is a high-octane action roguelike set in a dystopian medieval punk world. Step into the boots of Clef, a fearless rebel ready to rid the world of the kingdom's oppression, take down the elite, and lay siege to the Queen's grand bastion. Grab your javelin and become the Reignbreaker. This is Hades with javelins. From the moment I saw this game pop up on Threads, I was like, yep, it's Hades with a javelin. I think that's the style they're going for, and why not? Why not emulate the games that you have come to know and love? And I really enjoyed the way the gameplay shakes out. You have certain styles with your javelin. You have a punch, you can throw your javelin, you can stab it into enemies, you have finishing moves with the javelin, you have different javelins to collect, and you have all the standard roguelike abilities. I really love the art style, very punk, very fight the power-esque type of vibe with this game. I love the characters present in that art style. So they did a really good job creating the world of Reignbreaker. And I didn't spend too much time on this game, but I will be spending more time when the game releases on March the 18th. So be expected to see more gameplay of Reignbreaker, because yeah, this is going to be a good game to pick up and play. Check out Reignbreaker if you haven't already, or if you're waiting for it to release on March the 18th. Reignbreaker is coming soon. The next one up is called SEDAP, a Culinary Adventure, and this is being developed by Forge and published by Isolated Games Publishing. And it is a co-op cooking combat adventure that combines the chaos of collaboration kitchen and the wonders of adventuring into an unexplored world. Embark in an exciting culinary journey, whip up delectable delicacies, and serve your way through a fantastical reimagination of Southeast Asia. So yeah, game set in a country that you don't really hear much of in terms of games, but I had a good time with this. But I really think that this game is best played by co-op. So Split Fiction fans, It Takes Two fans, if you are into co-op games like this where there's seamless split screening between the two characters, one of which goes into the wild and collects the ingredients while the other one has better cooking. So yeah, fun game. And I didn't play this co-op, I played the single player, but I can really see how this benefits more of a co-op style gameplay. So yeah, enjoy my time with it, enjoy gathering the ingredients and trying to see how fast I can make these dishes that I have to be able to serve the people that are in your cooking line. So yeah, enjoyed SEDAP, a Culinary Adventure. It actually comes out in April of 2025. No actual date as of right now, but coming out in April 2025. So if you are into co-op games, check this one out. Next one I played is called Tile Tales Pirate, being developed and published by 9Zim OU, and it says solve tile-based puzzles while following the journey of a mischievous pirate as he plunders his way across a mysterious island in search of the ultimate treasure. A lot of beautiful charm within this game while you're solving tile puzzles with this cute little pirate man. It is a tile game. It's a puzzle solving game, and I'm not the biggest tile puzzle solving game. Like, even if I have one of those little tile games, I will get frustrated immediately, but I can see a lot of the charm present within this one. You have a monkey that basically steals your crown and other characters you can interact with as you're solving these puzzles. There's also a varying amounts of collectibles from fish to treasure, and also you have to avoid things within the tile puzzle. So yeah, various amounts of strategy and to seeing how many moves you can solve this puzzle, or if you can do this as fast as possible. Yeah, interesting game. This is probably not a game I'm going to pick up anytime soon because I'm not the best puzzle person and I get frustrated pretty easily when I can't figure that out, and I will just skip ahead. But yeah, I see the charm in it. I see what's going on within this game. It is no date on it as of right now, coming soon. The demo is still available if you want to check out Tile Tales Pirate. Now this is a game that I have been following for a while, and I'm so glad I got to play the demo for it. It's called Twilight Monk, being developed by Aquatic Moon Games and being published by Gravity Game Arise. And it says embark on a quest to recover the 3 rings of the Triskelion as the last descendant of an ancient kung fu warriors in Twilight Monk. Experience a richly crafted Metroidvania RPG with intricately crafted dungeons linked across a vast overworld spanning multiple continents. Fun art style, very beautiful. I love the combat. Your Twilight Monk has essentially 2 functions where he has this essentially gourd on his back that he can throw down. He can swing it at enemies with a chain, but also use it as a platform while he does his kung fu. And like a Metroidvania, you have various spells you can collect. It's very ability gated. You have a overworld that you can traverse in and solve quests. And while you're going to the overworld, you will encounter enemies that will stop you in your tracks, and you have to beat them or just escape that particular area to get back into the overworld. I didn't spend too much time with it, just kind of got a feel for what the game has to offer, but I enjoyed the time that I did play with it. I can't wait to see more of what Twilight Monk has to offer. Like I said, beautiful art style. I needed to take a second when I was playing to just admire the beauty and the care that was put into the characters and the environment. So can't wait to see more. It has a coming soon on the Steam page, so no release date as of right now. And the demo is unfortunately not available, but you can follow the progress of Twilight Monk if you so desire. Follow it, wishlist it, and check out Twilight Monk. Now, I've talked about UNYIELDER already on this channel, and this is being developed by True World Studios and published by Shueisha Games, but UNYIELDER actually released their prologue demos. Essentially what the prologue demo is, the difference from it in the combat demo is that there's characters that you interact with. It kind of is reflective of what the full game is going to be like, where you have your story, you interact with the characters in your hub world, and you're going on your various missions to fight these bosses, and you're zipping, you're zooming around. It feels so good to play. It feels a little bit more refined from what I remember playing, or maybe I just just got used to how the flow of the combat is, because I remember first picking this up, I was like, man, this is crazy and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going all over the place. But once I kind of got into the flow of the combat, it kind of just set in. I understand it now. And so I enjoyed what I played so far, and I'm glad to be able to play it again to experience more of the context of what the story is about. So interested to play more of UNYIELDER, set to come out in 2025, so no date as of right now. Still, they haven't released a date, but I want to play more of UNYIELDER. Definitely check it out if you're into games like this. The last game I played is called Void Sails, being developed and published by Ticking Clock Games, and it is a single player adventure where you captain a flying ship across uncharted space, sail through mysterious worlds, battle powerful foes, and make story defining choices. Uncover dark secrets in a game where every discovery could bring you closer to the truth or to madness. And this game is played out in 2 separate parts, where you are controlling your space ship, literally a space pirate ship, where you're going from island to island and solving mysteries, and you have varying amount. You can go forward, you can go backward, you can go side to side to discover the areas that you're in, be it a cave or a castle or something else that you haven't discovered yet in the seas of space, because you're not in the water, you're in literal space. But yeah, interesting. And then once you interact with those things, there's basically a point and click adventure where you're doing essentially skill checks based on the skills that you have, be it strength or spirit or knowledge or something like that, and it will roll based on your number. So I've kind of gotten into games like that as of late. Like this year's been kind of a like the tactical turn-based RPG era for me. So games like Citizen Sleeper and Songs of Rats and games like this are games of like, okay, it kind of reminds me of the games I used to play as a kid, where it's very point and click adventure. You have to read a lot, and so you have to know what your skills are at all times. So yeah, very methodical, very turn-based. But the ship combat is also interesting as well, where you have front cannons. You basically have a front like buster cannon that you shoot out. You can also turn to the side and also have cannons there to defeat all the various ships. There is actual ship combat in addition to all of the turn-based things that you have going on within the story. There's interesting character art, and so yeah, I can't wait to see what else is going on within this game. Didn't spend the most time on it, but yeah, I want to see what else is going on. It actually comes out in Q2 of 2025, so in a couple months from now. So we see what there's to offer with Void Sails. Can't wait to see more and see people pick it up, but the demo is still available. If you're on the fence for it, check out Void Sails. And that's it. That is it, man. That is all 20 Steam Next Fest demos that I played over the past week or so. There was way more, but I just needed to pare it down to 20, and I had a blast playing every single one of these games. Obviously, there were games that really stuck with me, like NITRO Gen Omega and Reignbreaker and Koira and Kiborg and Haste Broken Worlds. Probably about half of these games really stuck with me. Not to say that the other ones I didn't like, but there's just some that really stuck out to me, especially NITRO Gen Omega, and there are games that I'm going to be playing more of, their demos, as they are still available, and maybe they'll show up again here on this channel. I'll talk about them a little bit more in depth to describe what it is exactly going on in this game, maybe see some gameplay. So yeah, maybe you'll see some of these demos show up again within the next few weeks, and it may be the full game whenever they release as well. So yeah, it was such a blast to be able to play all these games. I love this time of year, but it is very busy. I need to get back to the games that I have been playing for review or other various videos, like the games I'm playing for UFO 50. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know the games that you played down below for Steam Next Fest, or some games that I need to check out myself that have demos still available. I want to know all of the hundreds of thousands of games that are available. What are the games that you really settled on? What are the games that you really enjoyed during this Steam Next Fest? Or are there games that are out already that you played instead of the games over the Steam Next Fest? Please, I would love to know what's going on. What are you playing down in the comments? And if you want to see more from me, any game content like this, my series on UFO 50, reviews, or anything like that, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Can't wait to show you guys more content here in the future. Thanks for watching. My name is Chike, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.